Thank you for joining us tonight. Dane County will enter phase 1 of its reopening plan next Tuesday.
Earlier this week, Public Health Madison and Dane County released details on Forward Dane. And phase 1 of that plan includes the reopening of all businesses, but only at 25% capacity with physical distancing. Indoor gatherings will be allowed to have up to 50 people, and private gatherings can have up to 10. Parks, courts, and fields will also reopen.
Madison's mayor says thankful that more businesses will open as we head into the summer. Adam Duxter spent the day talking with business owners about what they're doing to keep customers safe for the coming months.
Well, many of us will get our first chance to go back to the gym or get a long overdue haircut. The process of doing so might not necessarily be the same. Mike Burton has been involved with CrossFit for close to a decade, yet no amount of training could prepare the Madison native for what came this past March.
You start to kind of hear the buzz about it, but you're not really sure, what's coming and what to expect.
Shortly after, the Great State CrossFit owner found himself closing up shop. And after months of virtual instruction and renting out equipment to customers, he'll get his first chance to come back when Dane County opens up to phase 1 this next Tuesday.
I think the biggest thing for us running a group class model is just trying to figure out a way to be able to accommodate the members that we have while maintaining the limited capacity.
He says his customers will use less weights and machines and do more of what you see here. And while his small class sizes lend themselves to social distancing, other places like salons are having to take a more creative approach.
It's very bare bones. All the comfort things that I like to offer to my clients, I'm no longer able to offer them. It's a little bit distant.
The Loft Hair Salon owner, Martha Ginocchio, says her staff will have to get used to the absence of things like hugging or shaking hands, but says they're prepared to use PPE while giving the cut and color their customers rely on. Both owners say it comes down to customer safety.
It's going to be a little bit different, but we're happy to be here.
I'm not in any hurry. I want to do what's right, and I want to do what's safe for everybody at the gym.
Burton says he'll move to having shorter class times in order to make time for customers to come in. Well, Ginocchio says they'll expand their hours and offer times for folks who are immunocompromised as well. You can find more details about those two businesses as well as Dane County's reopening plan on our website, channel3000.com.
Starting on Sunday, most Wisconsin state parks can return to their normal hours of operation. That will be from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. A limited number of day-use bathrooms will also reopen June 3rd. According to the DNR, all group, family, and indoor campsites are closed through June 7th. All events and shelter reservations are also canceled through that date. There are a handful of parks that will remain closed due to the inability to properly follow social distancing guidelines.
Well, today we also went out to the Ferger family farm in Lodi to see how they are adapting their popular strawberry picking season. Jim Ferger says he's doing things a little differently this year to make sure people are safe. And one of those things being curbside pickup.
Drive up, we'll have an employee bring them and put them in the back of their car, kind of like they do for their groceries.
And for those who still want that strawberry picking experience, you will be asked to space out to every other row, keeping that 6-foot distance between you, and you'll be given single-use cardboard flats instead of the reusable metal ones. Ferger said he's also doubling up on hand washing stations this year, and he's confident that with his social distancing measures in place, this is an activity no one has to worry about this summer. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now to see if we'll get a taste of that summer this weekend. Gary?
I think it will feel like it, especially toward the end of the weekend. But first, we have to get past some thunderstorms tomorrow. Now, this morning, we started out with fog and even a few light rain showers, but you can see the clouds lingered for much of the day until late afternoon, and then all of a sudden, boom, we started to get some breaks in the clouds, and we actually cleared out for a little time, but more clouds and showers are on the way. You can see those showers pushing through Iowa, and those will be heading towards southwestern Wisconsin. Thunderstorms will probably reach us tomorrow afternoon. Storm Prediction Center actually has a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms from Madison southward, so we do have an alert day in the forecast for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm with hail and high winds being the main threats, along with some heavy rain. High temperatures today, upper 60s, because we had clouds for much of the day in Madison. South and west of Madison, they had a little more sunshine. Temperatures were in the lower 70s. Temperatures right now range from the lower 50s near Lake Michigan to the upper 60s close to the Mississippi River. And by tomorrow morning, we'll be down into the middle 50s, but look for some off and on shower and thunderstorm chances tomorrow with a high of 71. The weekend will not be a total washout. I'll tell you what you can expect for the Memorial Day weekend in just a few minutes.
There were 600 new cases of coronavirus reported today in Wisconsin. That brings the total to more than 14,000. 9 more people have died from complications of the virus for a total of 496 deaths. 58% of patients have recovered. Some sports-related news tonight. The Milwaukee Brewers say they won't be furloughing any of its staff this season. That's according to ESPN's Jeff Passan. Only top-level executives will take pay cuts, allowing the team to pay everyone on staff through the end of the season, regardless of whether games are played or not.
And in Green Bay, the Packers say a portion of the organization's workforce will be returning to Lambeau Field and the Titletown District next week. Those workers will be returning on Tuesday under protocols established by the National Football League. A total of 75 employees, excluding coaches, will return, while remaining employees will continue to work remotely. The Packers have not determined a date for the reopening of the public-facing business units like the Packers Pro Shop, the Packers Hall of Fame, and the 1919 Kitchen and Tap. Some college athletes marking their calendars now for June 1st. Today, the NCAA announced it's going to allow all Division I athletes to start working out at their gyms at that time. Still, universities will have to follow state and federal guidelines for social distancing. No word yet on UW's plans. Hall of Fame basketball player, Georgetown University head basketball coach Patrick Ewing announcing tonight he's been hospitalized after testing positive for coronavirus. According to the university, no other members of the team or his staff have tested positive. Patrick Ewing, of course, played 17 seasons in the NBA. He was an 11-time All-Star.
President Trump ordered flags to half-staff today in memory of the nearly 95,000 Americans who lost their lives to coronavirus. This will also be the scene at government buildings throughout the U.S. this Memorial Day weekend. President Trump is calling on governors to reopen places of worship for services this weekend.
Today, I'm identifying houses of worship, churches, synagogue, and mosques as essential places that provide essential services. Some governors have deemed liquor stores and abortion clinics as essential, but have left out churches and other houses of worship. It's not right. So I'm correcting this injustice and calling houses of worship essential.
The president threatened to override governors if their states did not follow the new federal recommendations, but he does not have the authority to do so. The recommendations are voluntary. If states do decide to reopen churches, the CDC has released new guidelines on how to properly do so.
The Diocese of Madison announced that in-person Mass will begin again next week on May 30th, but many safety measures need to be put in place before parishioners are welcomed back. At St. Thomas Aquinas on Madison's west side, they will ask people to wear masks and use hand sanitizer when entering. Only 25% capacity is allowed. There won't be any singing or hymnal books. There will be markers on the ground to keep people 6 feet apart while in line for communion.
The difficult part for me is all the details of making sure that we have a safe and clean and healthy environment. And that is the goal of what we're trying to accomplish.
The church also removed holy water. They will also ask that people leave quietly without talking or visiting with each other after Mass. Many Americans will venture out of their homes this Memorial Day weekend after many weeks of sheltering in place.
Even though far fewer people are expected to travel this year, officials are urging them not to let their guard down. Michael George reports.
New Orleans, which has been hard hit by the coronavirus, is hoping to kick off the holiday weekend on a high note.
I think people are going to rally, and I think we're going to be surprised at how many people are going to show up.
At Washington, D.C.'s National Mall and Memorial Parks, one-way directional signs will help direct traffic to encourage social distancing.
In the event that we have too many people at one of the memorials, we will be able to fairly quickly and fairly easily temporarily close access to those memorials, let the crowds thin out.
In the Black Hills of South Dakota, Mount Rushmore is opening on Saturday, about 3 weeks earlier than planned. Sunbathing is still off limits at Los Angeles County's reopened beaches, but officials are easing restrictions on bike paths. Cities like South Lake Tahoe are asking visitors to stay away altogether.
We really want people to enjoy their Memorial Day weekend at their home, where they live, with their families. Not in Tahoe this time.
On the East Coast, Landon Gurkink is driving to North Carolina's Outer Banks.
I think we don't really know what to expect. If the beaches are packed, it's about being smart. You can still social distance while on the beach.
New York City's Coney Island Beach and Boardwalk will be open, but swimming is not allowed.
If you want to go back to those things we love, You cannot let your guard down.
And to pave the way for socially distanced pedestrians, 13 more miles of city streets will be closed to cars this holiday weekend. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
For the first time in 20 years, AAA did not offer its Memorial Day travel forecast, but expects fewer people to hit the road than the record low of 31 million during the Great Recession.
In other news tonight, investigators are combing through the wreckage at the scene of a deadly plane crash in Pakistan. That crash caught on security camera. An Airbus jet with nearly 100 people on board went down in a residential neighborhood in the city of Karachi. Rescuers found only 2 survivors. The country had only just resumed domestic flights after weeks of lockdown due to coronavirus. Pakistan's prime minister is promising a full investigation. An about face today for actress Lori Loughlin and her husband. The couple pleading guilty now to conspiracy charges in connection to the college admission scam. For more than a year now, they had pleaded not guilty. They were accused of paying $500,000 to get their 2 daughters into the University of Southern California. Sentencing scheduled for late August. Under the plea, Loughlin will spend 2 months in prison. Her husband will be sentenced to 5 months in prison. Still ahead tonight, how the pandemic is impacting Madison's housing market.
And how graduating seniors are being celebrated tonight in Iowa County. Stay with us.
Engines are restarting. Park is shifting to drive. So we're offering 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 120 days. Plus the freedom to shop and buy online. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram will help you drive forward.
Or now during the Jeep Memorial Day sales event with employee pricing at $5,611 below MSRP on the purchase of a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies.
That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will obey the orders of the
President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans
to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me.
So help me God.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. I came across Plexiderm and I was so excited. We have a model. All he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. Tightens the skin and smooths it out. Gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
On this Memorial Day, we're offering Plexiderm at 50% off our retail price.
You know, I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing.
Holy words I can't say on camera. I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better. Try Plexiderm at 50% off our retail price this Memorial Day and see it work for yourself. Your solution is at Plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit MadisonMagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
The warmest weekend of the year is on its way, and so are several storm chances.
Plus, Will Loper is sharing his picks for 3 days indoors. Join us Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. The majority of Kohl's stores in Wisconsin are now back open. 34 stores, in fact, open today after being closed for nearly 2 months. Here in Madison, we will have to wait a little longer. 7 stores, including 3 in Madison and 1 in Janesville, will wait to reopen on Tuesday. The company said stores will enact several safety measures, such as offering dedicated shopping hours for seniors and at-risk individuals. Across the country, housing sales are dropping off dramatically as many sellers pull their homes off the market. But here in Madison, we're seeing that even coronavirus hasn't slowed down the market, and there just aren't enough homes to go around. Experts say we're still seeing a lot of buyers in the area, but not enough inventory. Still, local agents remain very busy right now, and they're still seeing a competitive market. Nationally, existing home sales slid nearly 18% in the month of April.
People in the Mineral Point community are making sure their graduating seniors get the recognition they deserve despite the pandemic. Parents organized a car parade through the city's downtown for the high school's 46 graduates. Tonight, hundreds of people lined the sidewalk along the parade route with messages of support and congratulations. Michaela Ackerman, one of the parade spectators, was there celebrating her cousins Cody and Owen, who are the school's valedictorian and salutatorian.
I mean, it sucks that they can't celebrate in the gymnasium the way that we would with everyone around them, but I think that this is a really unique way to celebrate them and for everyone to see the graduates.
Ackerman says the parade was so exciting that she hopes the community continues it in future years, even when there is not a pandemic.
And with schools unable to host traditional graduation ceremonies, Governor Tony Evers congratulated the class of 2020 in a commencement video today.
I know this year was a challenge. Many of you tackled your last few months of school from home, missing critical time with your friends, classmates, teammates, and teachers. And while this semester is ending on a very different note than any of us could have predicted, that does not change the exceptionalism of this accomplishment.
And a reminder, News 3 Now is partnering with the Madison Metropolitan School District to give the class of 2020 a graduation to remember. The district canceled the in-person ceremony but decided to hold televised commencements instead. So on June 12th and 13th, we will air 4 one-hour-long graduations, one for each of the large Madison public high schools, then another half-hour special for Capital and Shabazz high schools during prime time.
A Madison West senior is being congratulated for receiving one of the nation's highest honors. Dai Ethan Dong is one of only 2 students in Wisconsin being named a U.S. Presidential Scholar.
It really just drives me to achieve outside the classroom, to focus on what I love, which, robotics, programming, computer science, all that kind of stuff that, I hope to pursue in college and as a career down the line. It's just enforcing that idea that, so I can be something.
The title is awarded annually to high school students who demonstrate high potential in the arts, technical education, or academic accomplishments. Dong says he has plans to attend Yale in the fall, double majoring in computer science and mechanical engineering.
Wow, that's all I can say. With a holiday weekend here, you're at least planning to be outdoors. Gary tells us what to expect in his first warn forecast.
Well, we have some showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for the weekend, but I want to say it again. We are not expecting a total washout. Tomorrow's probably the best chances of staying wet, and then Sunday the best chance of being dry. So 3 things you need to know in the forecast. You can see showers and thunderstorms likely tomorrow, especially in the afternoon and early evening. Then after that, looks like the rain chances go down tomorrow night, and we will stay mainly dry on Sunday, even though it'll become more humid and temperatures will warm into the lower to middle 80s. And it'll also be humid for Memorial Day on Monday. There might be a little better chance for some thunderstorms, but it's not an all-day type rain, so there'll be some dry hours there. As far as the specifics on the forecast, looking for a high of 71 tomorrow with the best chances of showers and thunderstorms, like I said, afternoon into early evening. Sunday, a chance for a shower or thunderstorm late in the afternoon into Sunday night, but even those could be iffy. It's possible we could stay dry on Sunday, and then Monday, Memorial Day, some scattered showers and thunderstorms with highs in the middle 80s. Now tonight, you can see the first batch of showers heading northeastward toward northeastern Iowa and southwestern Wisconsin. First batch will kind of fizzle, but we'll see some showers and thunderstorms reach us tomorrow afternoon. Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms from Madison southward, with the main threats being some hail up to the size of quarters, especially south of Madison, maybe some stronger wind gusts in the 35 or in the 45 to 60 mile per hour range. Just an outside chance that a brief tornado could spin up. That will depend on the instability of the atmosphere in the late afternoon, but that's something we just have to keep an eye on. Most areas will get a pretty good soaking of rain at some point during the weekend, but again, it's not going to be an entire weekend washout. So when you total it all up through the weekend, we're probably looking at about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain generally, some isolated amounts in excess of 2 inches in the heavier thunderstorms. It's hard to say who's going to get the heaviest and who's going to get the lightest. High temperatures today held down because of the cloud cover for the most part. mainly 60s through the central part of the state, but some 70s out to the south and west, and also in the northeastern portion of the state. As we check out Weather Track, you can see this little weather system spinning through the nation's midsection. It's really not even associated with any contrast in temperatures. It's just the next surge of moisture that'll start funneling in behind the upper level winds, which are shifting to a more southerly direction. But at the surface, notice the winds from the east. That's why we have the potential for some of these storms to rotate, as we have low level winds from the east and southeast and upper level winds from the south and southwest. So as this weather system moves north and east, that's what we'll have to watch for tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures, though, are pretty mild most areas, generally in the 60s, and dew point temperatures, while in the 50s here, definitely increasing to our south and west. So the moisture will start returning northward, and you can see on Future Track the shower and thunderstorm chances increase tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, and then they lift northeastward, and much of the day Sunday could stay dry with maybe just a passing thunderstorm before a little better chance moves in for Memorial Day Monday. Tomorrow, high of 71. Shower and thunderstorm chances highest in the afternoon and early evening hours. You can see this on Future Track beginning at 7 a.m. A chance of a shower or thunderstorm in the morning. Notice by lunchtime, those shower and thunderstorm chances start to increase. There's 4 o'clock. By 7:30, 8 o'clock, they're moving on through, and by midnight, they're pretty much gone from most of southern Wisconsin. Those rainfall amounts, again, could be somewhere in the 1.5 to 2-inch range locally in some heavier thunderstorms. But the 7 to 10-day forecast, and there is an alert day because of that severe thunderstorm threat tomorrow. Look for those high temperatures to stay in the 80s through the middle part of next week. A little cooler at the end of the week with a break in humidity, but still a pretty pleasant and summer-like forecast for most of the next 10 days.
Yeah, but cooler being in the low 70s.
Yeah, and we'll break the humidity, so it gives us a little bit of a breather there.
That'll be great. Gary, thank you.
You're welcome.
In sports, Christian Kirksey played just 9 games over the past 2 seasons due to injuries, but the Packers say he is a risk they're willing to take. Zaxton next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
Yeah, sure. I'm a home builder. I go to Nuns. Why? Well, my clients love them because they have all those fancy schmancy carpets. You know, like those Smart Strand ones from Karastan that are just astonishingly soft to the touch. I'm more of a concrete floor guy myself. That fluffy stuff just doesn't do it for me. But hey, my clients, they love this fancy schmancy Karastan carpeting. So we go to Nuns.
Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
Steinhoffels is the name you've trusted for over 85 years. We are taking all steps to keep you safe and sound. Come shop our large, wide-open showrooms during Steinhoffel's Memorial Day sale. Right now, get 40 to 70% off on the largest selection of furniture, plus nothing down 60 months to pay financing. All living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture is on sale. Get amazing deals on all of our mattresses like Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, and Purple. Shop in-store or online today during Steinhoffel's Memorial Day sale.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right. Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Grand Appliance and TV is committed to serving you during these unprecedented times. Our stores are open, and we've continued to provide the same product expertise, professional delivery, and superior customer service you've come to expect from us over the years. We've extended our extra 5% off rebate on most appliance purchases and encourage you to shop grandappliance.com, where we've expanded our live chat and phone support to better serve you. Grand Appliance and TV, trusted since 1930.
Over the last 2 seasons, Christian Kirksey just couldn't stay on the field, spending a majority of his time on injured reserve. But now the Packers' new linebacker is good to go. He's healthy, and he's bringing a ton of experience to Lambeau. Kirksey was a 5-year starter in Cleveland, and during his first 2 years in the league, he learned under Mike Pettin. So taking a guy who's played in 9 games of the last 2 seasons is risky, but the Packers couldn't pass him up.
I just think it was a great signing for us for a lot of reasons. I mean, we're not just bringing a really good player into the room. I mean, this is a guy that's got great leadership ability. He already has a head start on learning the system. Certainly, it's a risk when you look at it, but certainly it was a risk that we were more than willing to take. So, like I said, we're excited about it.
It's year 2 of the Matt LaFleur and Nathaniel Hackett offense, and that's a good thing in Green Bay. There's no more learning curve for the coaches or Aaron Rodgers. They know how to work with each other, they know the terminology, and they know what each other expects. So the system this time around should run like a well-oiled machine.
The conversations are so much different. I mean, now we all know each other. So knowing each other and working together is a lot different than first time. Hi, I'm Nathaniel, and hey, this is Aaron. And Matt, and just kind of thrown in a room and trying to get it to work. So I think that just going through a season together, you always can advance.
Last month, Brendan Bailey put his name in the NBA draft, and today the Marquette forward announced he's keeping it there and will turn pro. Bailey, who's coming off a sophomore season where he averaged 7 points and 5 rebounds, is not projected to be taken in the NBA draft. And 6'4" center Sasha Vanderpool made it official. She's going to be a Badger. The Minnesota native chose Wisconsin over LSU and Texas Tech, among other schools. And everyone who knows her knew it was coming. Her dad, grandparents, great-grandparents, and her sister all went to UW. We'll be right back.
Every day, our doctors and nurses, our cooks, housekeepers, therapists, and every member of your healthcare team give the most of themselves to care for you, to care for our community. These are your champions of health.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Right now, Toyota is offering 0% financing for 60 months on 8 of our most popular Toyotas, like Camry, RAV4, and Tacoma. You can even shop and buy online from the comfort of your home. Many Toyota service centers are open to help keep your vehicle in top shape and may even offer no-contact vehicle drop-off.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Work smarter. Use the cloud to securely print, scan, and collaborate. GI Office Technologies, helping businesses like yours.
Back. We got our to-go food. Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Shop the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses from the comfort of your home on steinhoffels.com. Right now, Steinhoffels will ship your purchase free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Start shopping right now with a name you can trust, steinhoffels.com.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. with exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
Every day, our doctors and nurses, our cooks, housekeepers, therapists, and every member of your healthcare team give the most of themselves to care for you, to care for our community. These are your champions of health.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, a Madison man is using his extra downtime to make some special works of art with some classic plastic blocks. Aaron Williams and his family are creating miniature Lego models of Monroe Street buildings and posting them online. Williams is a landscape architect of 18 years. He says he always grew up playing with Legos, and having kids got him back into building with them. And now that Monroe Street has become seemingly vacant, he decided to pay a little tribute.
It's really about the buildings that my family and I used to frequent before COVID came, and we can go take out food and whatnot, but it's not the same as seeing your neighbors in the building themselves.
When asked why Monroe Street, he said it is one of the defining elements of his neighborhood. He says to have a street with the quality, quantity, and diversity of retail establishments in a community of our size is remarkable. You can check out all of the designs on his Instagram page at AW_landscape architecture.
That's very cool. Let's go to Gary. One final check of the forecast as we head for this holiday weekend.
Well, the first round of showers and thunderstorms is moving across Iowa and lifting northeastward. We'll see those either late tonight or tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, there's a possibility for a round of strong to isolated severe thunderstorms with a marginal risk of severe weather from Madison southward. Temperatures right now right around 60 in Madison, a little cooler to the east, a little warmer to the west. High of 71 for tomorrow. Best chance of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Sunday will be dry for most of the day, maybe a thunderstorm chance late in the afternoon or at night. Some scattered thunderstorms on Memorial Day. Warm through the middle of next week before we cool down at the end of the week.
All right, Gary, thanks for joining us tonight for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and have a great weekend.